Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and today I'm very happy to be talking to our chairman of ITV Gold, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, as we all are collectively, enthusiastically looking forward to an important event unfolding on 5th August. So, welcome, Dr. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
I am referring to the Shilanyas of Ram Janma Bhumi. This day is much awaited. And when you heard that it is going to happen, what was your immediate response within?
Well, I felt very excited, very satisfying, and very lucky to see in my lifetime this 500 years old dream of Hindus to have Rama Janmabhoomi reality. And that's a great news. And that is there is no, it's a priceless moment, and we all should celebrate together.
And being peace loving, we many times avoid talking about references which may make anybody feel uncomfortable or awkward. But the historical fact remains there were invaders who damaged Hindu temples. That includes this one. In the context of the current Indian secular natured state, do you see the reference of Ram Janmabhoomi is perceived as something which some Hindus feel uncomfortable because of the long drawn psychological bent of mind to stay away from anything which may make anybody feel uncomfortable?
No, I think I would look at other way around, because Ram Mandir or Shri Ram, it's kind of symbol of truthness, symbol of honesty, symbol of fighting for the truth, and a person who always wins for the or who fights for the truth, and always conquer the unwanted social elements. So this is not only a Hindu symbolism, Ram Janmabhoomi, but it is symbolism for any person who believes in to fight for truth, fight for honesty, and get rid of anti-social or anti cultural elements in the society. So this is that. So on the contrary, not only it will be a symbol of the Hinduism or Hindu faith, but also it's a place for everyone. All the faith, religious, and creed can come together and in wider sense and in spiritual sense, and enjoy this kind of place where everyone can get together.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, I'm reminded that the overall procedure with due respect to Constitution and the order of Supreme Court also is in sync for this moment to arrive the way it has arrived. And there are many hopes once the temple gets built, there'll be phenomenal growth of the area, Ayodhya and UP, and of course India. But now coming back to your early recollection of any Ram Leela, if you might have seen as a child, and Ram Leelas used to be a very important, not just a source of entertainment, but for education also.
Yes, and the Ram Leela was not only source of entertainment when we were children or in your young age, but the Ram Leela is a way to show the world that who is a good guy, who is a bad guy, who is the one who can support the family, who can not support the family, and so forth. And always good guy and the right person always wins, and Satyamev Jayate happens. That's called Ram Leela.
Absolutely. And we have had certain groups performing Ramlila even in New York and New Jersey also, which again shows how popular this whole call that the charitra of Bhagwan Ram is. And he also demonstrated that as a ruler, he was very responsive to the public opinion as he took the decision of sending Sita Maya to jungle based on what he heard from the washermen. Any instance from Bhagwan Ram's life that you personally feel inspired?
Well, I inspired that always be on the side of the honesty, side of the truthfulness, and side of the good people and help the right people. That's more inspiration from the Ramlila.
And now, talking a little bit about the way Ayodhya is getting ready for this occasion, seers, and of course, due to COVID-19, only less than 200 formal invitees would be there. And there are many people who have contributed for building the Ram temple, including Morari Bapu having contributed 5 crore rupees, and there are many Shiv Sena having contributed 1 crore rupees, etc. Many people feel that it is once in a lifetime that you become a part of the building of something like a temple. Share your views based on what you have heard about the significance when somebody participates in building such a pious, holy place.
Well, I mean, the participation is really based on the faith, but this is a place for the faith. And the faith, when you believe in the faith, or faith of Hinduism or faith of Rama, then participation becomes a privilege, and privilege as well as it's an honor to be part of the history.
Indeed. And I want to quote what leader Lal Krishna Advani ji says that he believes Ram Mandir will represent India as strong, prosperous, and harmonious nation. I think he echoes what you just said. And now moving towards the other side, which relates to the challenge of COVID and the way Indian government is scrutinized about its handling of COVID. Some report says that government is not working, taking into cognizance of all the possible variables, including the lack of testing facilities is also being criticized. What has been your observation, India fight for against COVID-19?
Well, I mean, so far India fought very well against the COVID crisis. But again, right now, COVID crises are going little out of hand in India too, because there are 18 lakhs positive cases, and then there are about 38,000 deaths are happening. And we don't know, still in certain areas, the peak has not come yet. So we don't know what will be the end result. But I think government trying their best, but still what we hear from the scattered reports that healthcare system is kind of overwhelmed. It's up to the maximum capacity, and there are not enough medical personnel, medical facility to take care of sick patients.
And we also heard that Home Minister Amit Shah ji is also found to be corona positive. And another side, Big B, Amitabh Bachchan now, he is found to be negative. What is it that you may think should be additional precaution to be taken by people who are in thick of the action, like Home Minister and other ministers? Because we also heard that one UP minister at 62, she lost the battle against COVID-19, and she was only 62.
Well, I mean, this shows that COVID has can affect anyone, rich or poor, politician or non-politician or common man. So there is no favorism to anybody. So COVID is a very dangerous infection, and one should be very careful, and one should be take all the precautions like mask covering, hand washing, as well as keeping the distance from the other people.
Absolutely. And now moving towards the relationship of India with its neighboring countries, and one news that we heard few weeks ago from Nepal for having issued a new map claiming some part of India to be a part of its own territory. Now we have Pakistan following Nepal in this direction with a new map that shows complete Jammu Kashmir as a part of Pakistan, and some parts of Gujarat are also shown as part of Pakistan. Indeed, Indian government has termed this to be a ridiculous way of provoking. What do you think might have led to Pakistan considering this kind of misadventure?
I think it's a desperation. It's a out of desperation. This kind of activities or this kind of venturism does not work, because every country has its international boundaries, and that international boundary is all kind of decided with all parties involved. And so, if somebody claims something, doesn't mean that they can have it.
Absolutely. And now let's come to America and the relationship between China and America. In fact, China's relationship with rest of the world seems to be not on a good side. Uh, but the stronger reaction of President Trump and recent where they may let some of Chinese journalists leave USA has resulted into China responding with aggressive tone. How do you see the relationship between China and USA likely to emerge in coming days or weeks?
What I see is, because China and USA both are the kind of strongest economy in the world, and they try to establish their superiority over other, and that's why this kind of Cold War, what we used to have between USA and Russia before, is now going to be USA and China in near future, and they try to kind of posture themselves to become a world leader number one.
And I take a segue, go back to India very briefly to talk a little bit about something which is being talked about very much in India, and that is related to unfortunate passing away, whether it was suicide or murder, of the actor Sushant Singh Rajput. Now, we have seen that Maharashtra police was investigating its way. Then the actor's father filed in Bihar, and now Bihar police team has also come to Maharashtra. So there are multiple factors related to this case. We don't have enough time as well as direct access to all the information, but on the face of it, what are your impressions? Because this is indeed showing that the law is not taking its due course in a proper way, and maybe there are various factors coming into play due to politics or whatever. And movie mafia is another term that has been frequently heard. Your take?
Well, I think this death of the popular actor Sushant Singh Rajput is really very controversial, and it looks like not suicide, but looks like something more than that. And so the real investigation should be done. And I think probably CBI inquiry will be the right way to go, when one party is not moving forward properly and other party is wants to move forward different way. So I think only way in this in country like India to have coordinated and impartial investigation is through CBI investigation. So we hope that tomorrow Supreme Court will give the verdict and hand it over to the CBI, so everyone get justice, whatever is correct justice to the person.
Appreciate that. I think everybody wants a clear investigation, and CBI should be brought in, and you have also joined that voice. Appreciate that. As we conclude, parting words for our viewers from today's show.
Well, dear friends, today is really a great and great and very exciting day for all the Hindus, and beyond that, all the people of the India, because today, after 500 years of negotiation, controversy, infighting, we got now Ram Janmabhoomi, and which Prime Minister is going to do the Bhumi Pujan and going to build a very magnanimous, glorious Ram temple, which will symbolize Hinduism, and that's a great news and great history making, and we all should be part of that history making and be proud of it. So be proud of it and enjoy the great celebration of the Bhumi Pujan of the Ram temple. And we'll see you next week. God bless America. God bless India. Goodbye.